What's going on, guys? White Fox 1225 here with another video, and today we're going to do another Elder Scrolls Online Saturday, the podcast where we talk about all things Elder Scrolls Online. We got a lot of cool stuff to talk about this episode. We got the new E3 announcements, orsinium and the Imperial City to talk about. We got the console launch that we never covered. We got the new Elder Scrolls card game that was announced at E3, Elder Scrolls Legends, and then we also have the new patch that puts XP boosts into the game. A lot of cool stuff to go over, so let's just start with the huge exciting news, which is that trailer we got at E3. So in the trailer it showed, and you can see on the screen, it showed the Imperial City and orsinium, the two updates that we know are coming the soonest. It looked from the trailer that Imperial City is going to come first. I would not be surprised, especially because that was supposed to be released like in February and then they delayed it, so it seems like that's the one that's really ready to go right now. We got to see a good amount of footage in the actual trailer. It looked really cool, a lot of cool gameplay. It looked like we got to see a lot of bosses. There was one where the boss picked up like a person, just bit his head off. Looked really badass. Some cool variety, a lot of Daedra, obviously, because in the game Imperial City has been overrun by Daedra, and that's kind of the plot of the new release. If you guys want to know more about the Imperial City, I did do a video on it previously, so I'll put a link in the description where you guys can check that out. But a lot of cool stuff coming, and of course I'll go over it once it's finally announced and we get even more information on it. They said more information should be coming in July. I expect that to be on the Imperial City. I would expect this to launch at least by the end of July. I feel like the game really needs a new update, and hopefully they bring that, because I know the console players too want to see the constant flow of updates, and the PC community is getting really tired of not having anything new. So hopefully we expect that by the end of July. But we also got to see some orsinium. It still looks beautiful. Really, we get to see just a lot of landscape. Looks like that's really what they have mostly right now. It looks really great. Still that, you know, snowy kind of Skyrim-esque landscape. We got to see some strongholds, some cities, just some, you know, wilderness areas. We also got to see some caves that looked really cool, one with a lot of glowing mushrooms that looked pretty badass, and then like almost like a underground temple sort of thing. Looked really cool. Lots of, you know, obviously this beautiful land, it's Elder Scrolls Online, we can expect it to be beautiful, but it looked really good. It got me pretty excited for it. And the thing that was most excited about orsinium is that we got to see bear mounts for a second. I'll put a picture on the screen if you guys want to check them out. I'm pretty sure that's coming with the orsinium update. It would kind of make sense if that came with that, and it looks really cool. It could also come in the Crown Store, you know, who knows, but I think it might be part of that update. But again, you know, it would make sense if it was in the Crown Store too. But this is really cool, something I'm really excited about, because if you guys didn't know, I do have a guild for Elder Scrolls Online called the Bearborn Clan, where in part of the lore, before, you know, this was like 2 years ago when I wrote this down, you know, they rode bears into battle, so we finally actually get to do that in game. Really exciting and really awesome, so I'm just super excited that the bear mounts are actually coming to the game. It was rumored, but now it's official, and it's pretty cool. Can't wait to do that with my guild. My guild's been a little inactive lately, but shameless plug, if you do want to check it out, go to the description and you can hit that link. But other than that, guys, we got to see the cool thing at the end where it flashed. It was a Dark Brotherhood thing. It just said "We know" with the classic handprint that's known for the Dark Brotherhood. It was kind of like a cool ending to know that they're still working on the Dark Brotherhood, but some people kept saying that they think it's coming this year. I don't know if I think that's true. Maybe that would be really awesome, and obviously I'd be really happy about that, but I kind of have a feeling it was just sort of them putting that in there, because we know some things that they are working on, like spellcrafting, that seem like they might come sooner, but who knows. You know, I think it's probably going to be coming in 2016, and you know, everyone knows the Dark Brotherhood, so maybe they were just trying to, you know, get us a little hyped for it at the end and let us know that they're still working on it. But in my opinion, I really don't think it's going to be coming this year. But anyway, guys, more news coming this July on the future updates, so make sure you guys stay tuned for all of that. Moving on, let's talk about the console launch. The console launched on June 6th. Right now, I've heard some pretty good things. I think it went pretty smooth. It definitely didn't have all the bugs that the PC version did. Now, keep in mind, I have not played the console version. I don't even own a next-gen console, so I can't really give you a review or anything. I'm just telling you guys what I've heard, that it went pretty smooth and didn't have a lot of bugs or anything like that. The one problem I did hear is that it was actually pretty hard to get into the game. At some points, I know they were having a lot of problems. It seemed to be kind of resolved now and maybe going a lot better. IGN did do a review of Tamriel Unlimited, and they gave it an 8, which is a score I think the game really does deserve. On their scale, that's a great, and I think the game is great, so hey, I think it fits. If you guys were wondering, Elder Scrolls Online, when it launched on the PC, got a 7.8 on IGN, and that was mostly just because of the bugs, which again, I don't think is fair, because they did fix them. I think they should have re-reviewed it or something, but this kind of serves as that re-review, and we finally got an 8. Usually a game that's an 8 or 9 or 10, I always make sure that I play, so finally, it gets the score it deserves, and hopefully more people people will check it out. And actually moving on to the next subject, lots of people have been checking it out. It's actually the highest bought physical game right now, which is part of the console release. But lots of people buying this game. It seems like the subs on the ESO subreddit have grown, so it seems like the game's doing pretty well on console, which is exciting because I always love when the game does well, because I think it deserves lots of attention, and the ZeniMax deserves lots of money for it. And the more people that play it, the more they're going to dedicate time to it. Another thing that got me kind of excited and kind of made me kind of happy was seeing that at E3, SWTOR did get a new expansion announced, so it kind of made me hopeful, because I think Elder Scrolls Online is a lot more successful than SWTOR. So hopefully we will see a lots more years of complete development, and maybe even an expansion in the future would be really awesome. So high hopes for that with that SWTOR announcement at E3. Moving on, guys, let's talk about Elder Scrolls Legends, which is the new Elder Scrolls card game that was announced at E3 this year. Bethesda gave it a little bit of time. We got a trailer, didn't really show anything except a few pictures of some art and some characters, but we did get a little information on it that we're going to go over. So it's going to be released for the PC and the iPad, and it's going to be free to play. Now, I'm sure the game will feature some microtransactions and DLC that you can buy, but kind of nice that it is free to play to start with. It's going to be coming later this year, which is pretty cool, pretty soon, and it's going to have all Elder Scroll titles in it. So it's going to have bits of Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim, and they said even the future of the Elder Scrolls will be in the game. Seeing characters from all those different games and places, kind of cool. Just kind of curious about what they're going to do with the future. I kind of like just seeing that go with the actual games instead of seeing that in the card game. But I guess we're just going to have to wait and see what they do with it before I make any judgments. We saw a variety of races and different kinds of characters. We saw the classic races like the Khajiit. We saw some ones that I was pretty unexpected, like the Maramor, some more unknown races, and then your Dark Elf and stuff like that. But it did look a lot like Hearthstone from what I've heard. People have said, the gameplay is kind of really familiar. I really don't play card games that much. I do plan on playing this one, but really not, a genre I'm huge on, so I don't know that much about it. But people did say that the mechanics of it look a lot like Hearthstone. Right now, guys, I don't love the art style. I don't feel like it was really Elder Scrolls-y. It kind of looked like it was kind of like the Elder Scrolls version of WoW or Warhammer, if that makes sense. I would have liked it to be a little bit more traditional Elder Scrolls-y, something more like Elder Scrolls Online concept art or something like that. But I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. Just like the Khajiit looked more like tigers to me, like huge tigers, and I know they can be like that. It just looked like they were kind of trying to go with a more built up WoW feel to it. Like I said, I have to wait to see what the characters look like in the game and stuff like that before I make any judgments, but that was just kind of what I felt like when I looked at the art. I wish it was also a physical game. Playing it on your PC and iPad is fun, but I don't think anything beats playing a card game with actual cards. I wish they would come out with a physical version of it too, but it doesn't look like they plan on doing that, so we'll just have to play it on the PC or the iPad. Moving on, guys, let's talk about the new patch that put XP boosts in ESO, which is something that we've been waiting for a pretty long time. So they're calling these XP boosts something really complicated that I'm definitely going to butcher, but I think it's the Physic Ambrosia. If you guys know how to say that, please tell me in the comments below. I'm definitely saying it wrong, but that was my best shot at it. Basically what it is, it's just a craftable XP booster. It gives you 50% boost for 30 minutes, and you can craft these using the provisioning skill with the crafting, and all your provisioning passives and skills will work in order to make these. Now, it works on levels, so 1 through 50. It also works on veteran ranks, and it also is going to put that 50% boost towards your champion points as well. Now, it won't stack with each other. You can't take two and have a 100% boost, but it will stack with your 10% boost from ESO Plus, which is nice. Still give us that reward for people who pay for that subscription. Now, like I said, it will use your skills and passives from the provisioning skill tree, so if you have all of those, you can make it last up to 3 hours and 20 minutes with just one post, which is pretty cool. Nice that they're buffing up provisioning, because it was considered pretty weak when the game launched. This is definitely going to make a lot of people, I think, invest in the provisioning skill tree, which is nice. In order to make these guys, you're going to have to find the recipe. I believe the recipe is split into 7 parts, but you definitely can't find the whole one. You're going to have to find all the parts, or of course buy them from another player. And it uses 3 ingredients. It uses Frost Miriam, Burviz Juice, and Perfect Row. Now, Perfect Row is a brand new ingredient that hasn't been in the game before, and right now it's only used for this, although they said they're going to change that in the future. Perfect Row you can find by fishing every time you skin a non-trophy fish, you can obtain fish meat, but you also have a chance to obtain that perfect roe. So it sounds, guys, if you're kind of following all this, it's going to be pretty hard to make, probably easier to buy from other players unless you're really into crafting. But also, guys, in the crown store now, you can also buy these XP boosts. They're not called the same thing, but you can buy XP boosts, and they give you 50% XP boosts for 2 hours, and they are 1,000 crowns for 5 of them. So you guys can check that out. I've been buying them and grinding a little bit, trying to get to VR 14 when I kind of stopped because I got bored. Now I'm going to start up again because it is a little easier with these XP boosts. Another thing added in this patch is that potions now scale with you, so if you're level 1 and you get a potion, that potion is now going to work until you're level 20. I think they, stop leveling after 20 levels, but a nice little touch now that you can get a potion and use it even like 10 levels later, because the way it was before was that potion really didn't work that well after you had leveled, and especially at low levels when you level so quickly, it's a really nice touch, and it's really cool that they added that into the game. Now, guys, at Barnes & Noble, I did buy Elder Scrolls Lore Book, or the Elder Scrolls Lore Book. I think it's like Volume 1, The Land, or something it's called. I did buy that, and I'll do a physical review once I get a chance to delve into it a little bit more, so make sure you guys keep an eye out for that. But that pretty much does it for the video, guys. As always, thank you for watching. We'll have a lot more on Elder Scrolls Online. Whenever, we get more information, I'll be making another episode. So make sure you stay tuned. If you guys like what you saw, hit the subscribe button below, give the video a like, and I will see you in the next one.